Toast. Cheers.
So, how much protein should a fighter who's at 147, wanting to go up to 154, consume a day to gain that weight in the right manner and to fill out properly?
Great question. I'm going to let you talk about
Okay.
how much, but I'm going to talk about how to get it.
So the number one thing that you got to think about, just think about when Terrence Crawford had to go up and wait to fight Canelo. What did he have to do? He had to take liberty to put in the protein. But what he did is he took over a year to compound that weight. And
He didn't do it overnight.
He didn't do it overnight. And it's safe to do it in a manner where if you're already walking around, if you're 170, walking around and fighting at 147, you can easily go up to 154. You're already cutting weight. So you're already at that weight. That's the difference. And if your body composition has compounded to be at approximately 170, then you're dropping over 20 pounds anyway. So you'll just be dropping less. So, but here's how you do it in a safe way to gain the right proper amount of muscle.
Yeah, you want to lean into that protein for
Yes,
sure.
yes.
And I would say even before you start there is to be real in tune to your body and how it responds to certain foods. You know, it's always interesting to see when people think about an allergic reaction. That doesn't necessarily mean anaphylactic shock. That can just be bloating.
Period. And I'm going to, before we even keep it going, I want to understand who you're listening to. You're talking to someone who's certified in critical nutrition and someone who's been in the sport of boxing for 4 decades and an elite trainer in over 45 training camps at world championship status. So you're just talking about a couple of people that know what they're talking about. So I'll let the expert talk about the micronutrient area and break it down. But give me
so protein's going to be your best friend. Protein's going to be your best friend. And I want to talk about adding to your diet. I think there's a lot of talk about the subtraction. Y'all know you need to cut out the junk, cut out the sugar. You know, look at our stories today or our reels today. You'll see some great carousels about nutrition. But when it comes to protein, find out what your body handles best. You know, my first lean protein source is going to be lean red meat, and then fish, and then chicken. But you've got people who are even on the vegetarian side or choose not to go as animal protein heavy, and beans and legumes, they're cool too.
Yeah.
Now you see a lot of information out there about adding Greek yogurt, adding cottage cheese and that sort of thing. And that's a great protein source, but you got to know, can your body handle dairy? Like, can it really handle it? Otherwise, you're kind of going against the grain.
Yeah.
So the other thing is just space it out throughout the day. And that's super important. So focus on your protein.
Break that down. Why do you space it out?
You know, your body can only digest so much at one time.
Yeah.
And you want to have sustainable energy throughout the day, from the time, you know, you wake up to carry you through training, and you got to recover. So it's not only about having the right fuel and the nutrients in your body to fuel your training, you also have to recover and to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you put the right things in.
For the most part, I think most people, they hear the same stuff, but they don't really, they lack the actual application. So that's what most people are dealing with, because you hear these same things, but if you're going into the weight gain process to going up in weight classes, it's important that you give your body time. So the first 90 days, that's 3 months, you want to increase your protein intake from 1.1 to 1.6 to 2.2 grams per pound that you are weight wise. Okay. Now that's gonna require you to double the amount of eggs that you're taking in the morning, doubling some of the things that you're eating in the day. That's not necessarily eating more times, because you also don't want to keep dealing with insulin spikes throughout the day, trying to just keep consuming food. So therefore, you got to be careful about that. So give yourself 90 days, 3 months, to start getting your body used to going up in that 1.6 grams to 2.2 over the course of that time, and your body adapts, and you'll feel your body getting bigger, and it'll be dense. And when you're doing that, that'll allow you to really feel comfortable and not lose speed, because if you do it too quick,
that's what I was going to ask you. What happens if you try to do it too fast, which we see a lot of people try to do?
You're going to slow down. You're going to be dealing with more of that lactic acid, a lot of burn, a lot of deprivation of oxygen, getting exhausted much faster, not really understanding why. And therefore, you start to not be an effective boxer when you start boxing against guys that are at an elite competition. You know, something like Regis Prograis, when he got an opportunity to fight someone that has skills, he was less effective, because that's what happens when you fighting at a higher level. It's not the same game. And so when you're putting in that food, you got to know how much to do. So the first 3 months is adding. The next 3 months is adapting. So don't try to go up in weight classes and like take a fight within 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Because you've had a training camp, because your body hasn't had time to settle. And I myself say it takes a year to go up in a weight class.
Wouldn't you also say the other side of the coin for being able to do this is also creating the body dexterity to the body? Like that's an important thing. I've heard you talk a lot about that. So you got the food, and then you got to be doing the right stuff in the gym to be able to be prepared the body for that bigger weight class.
For those of you who don't know what dexterity is, it's the ability, the fluidity of the punches that happen, the movement that you have is in sequences, because your body's now become accustomed to being more dense, bone density. And when your body has really become accustomed to that, you can actually deliver at the same comfort level as you did at the weight class lower. Like you saw Terrence Crawford, he gave himself time to develop, and then you can go out there and open up a can of whoop ass on people without missing a beat. So when you're going up, you just want to make sure you're getting enough protein. And like I said, you hear this information all the time. What you don't have is application. So we took the time.
We got a little something.
And I put a PDF together. So DM or email us your email address. And I will send it to say eat.
Say eat. So we'll know. We get a lot of DMs. So say eat and we'll hook you up.
There's a food map of design on intermittent fasting. So you give your body time enough to cleanse. You go that 18 period hours. Some people do 16, some people do 18. I'm an 18 hours. Sometimes I do 24 hours. And so that's because I like my body to cleanse itself from what was been there yesterday, all the way. And so it's going to be based on intermittent fasting. So that you have an intermittent fast before, you're going to lose weight first. But when you get strong, you're going to get strong. And that protein is non-GMO, dairy-free,
no junk,
and is designed on low carbohydrate intake. So you got medium levels of fat, high levels of protein, and you're going to gain a lot of muscle. If that's the kind of routine you like to try, then just type the word meals. Just type the word meals down in the comment boxes.
The meals will take you to our top foods for fighters. And if they want what you're talking about.
But if they just type the meals, we'll physically have those.
We'll know who you are.
Give it to them.
We'll hook up.
All right. So that's how you go up in weight. That's how you develop protein. And if you want to learn more and keep this thing going on a deeper level, just sign up in our membership here on YouTube. And in there, you're going to find all of these deeper conversations. And, you know, we go behind the scenes and have conversations. And I like to know the people that's rocking with me. So if that sounds good to you, then go directly to subscription, down here on YouTube, membership, and jump into the portal that fits right for you. There are 3 levels. So be able to do it in a way that you can level your game up. And Coach Bradley, we're about to sign out.
Bye, guys.
From Palm Beach. Be blessed. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers for going up in weight and protein.
That's right.
Thanks again. Subscribe and remember, hit that notification bell so you can keep all the smoke.